Try to get my. All right, guys. Yeah. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. So I hope everyone had a good Christmas. Okay. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Look, I haven't been online for a while because I've been sick. I had a very bad Christmas. Okay. I spent my Christmas in the hospital, so I haven't been around for a bit. Yeah. But yeah, I just hope everyone had a good Christmas and the Christmas was, celebrated, you know, peacefully, in good health, right? So I hope everyone did that, have a good Christmas. Look, I'm not here for long. I'm only here for at least 20 minutes, okay? I just want to, because I've been away for a couple of days, so I just thought that, it'll be all right if I come online and have a quick chat with everybody. Um, but yeah, something caught my attention, and that's why brought me on today. And that is SRO. But first of all, I want to say congratulations to SRO. You know, performing in Ghana on one of the biggest stage as well. I want to say congratulations to SRO. Those are the kind of stuff we want to see. I want to see Liberian artists, performing on such big stage. You know what I mean? So that was a really hectic performance for SRO. SRO is still the upcoming artist, even though he's blown, but he just came in the game. So for him to have such an opportunity, to me is a good thing, and I think that was huge. So yes, congratulations SRO. You know, it was good. It was good. But yeah, let's go. Let's listen to a couple of songs, and I want to talk about SRO performance tonight. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. SRO performance. Okay, the way I think that Liberian artists they need, but we're gonna talk about it. Let me play one or two songs. We're gonna talk about it because when I watch the video of SRO performance, right, there's a lot to say. All right. So when I watch that, if you look closely, the stage is empty. Look, listen. I know people gonna start hating me for what I'm about to say. First of all, I say congratulations to SRO for performing on such a big stage. But when you look at that performance, that is very boring. Okay, that's a very boring performance right there. Okay, there's no backup dancer, there's no hat man, there's nothing. It's just the artist himself on stage. Okay, that's just boring. Like people, like there's no way people gonna go pay their money to go and watch a boring performance such as that. I'm not listen. I'm not hating on SRO. I'm just saying, Liberian artists, you people need to learn. Especially, this is why I say artist manager. If you call yourself a manager, then you need to manage your artist on every aspect. Stage performance is very important. Stage performance is very key to an artist. The energy that you bring out is very important. And it's been happening on and on and on. Liberian artists, you guys need to learn to start paying for backup dancers so that they can entertain the crowd. Listen, when you watch SRO, he's just screaming by himself. There's no one to hop in on, there's no dancer, there's nothing at the camp. The stage is just empty. Okay. I think y'all need to start doing better. Okay. Performing on such a big platform, okay, such a big stage. Okay, that's a major that's a major performance, one of the major performances in your life. But how can you perform and the stage is so empty? If I'm not mistaken, guy, honestly, y'all gotta back me on this one, yo. Like, you cannot come on. This honestly, I'm proud of him. Okay, I'm happy for him for you know having to perform on such a big platform. But the reality here is that this performance is boring. Okay, this performance is boring because there's no backup dancer, there's no hat man, there's nothing there. First of all, SRO cannot move around. SRO cannot move around because look at this. See this boot? This boot is way too heavy for this guy. Like when you are going to perform, that energy, that movement, that energy need to come out of you, right? But when you look at this is actually boring. It is boring. The boot on his foot is very heavy. Okay, so he cannot move around, he cannot jump around, and we know SRO is not a very active person. He's more of a relaxed sort of artist. But that's when you have an artist like this who's not very active, like Eric Jiso, like Skinny Panto, or Basi Mokopala. When you have an artist as SRO, you got to dress him in a way that is going to suit him for stage performance. All right. Because right now, the boot he's wearing, that boot is quite heavy for him. So when he's on stage, this what's happening now, there's two things happening here. He's trying to dance to entertain the crowd. He's trying to hype himself. So now there's no breath control. Okay. So he's doing everything that a backup dancer could do or like a hype man could do. So right now, what he's doing is that he's making himself tired. So there's no way to control his breath because he have to keep going. He's the only person on stage that is doing everything in one. So I'm not trying to hate on SRO, like I said. But this is a message to all Liberian artists. You people need to learn how to, you need to work on your stage performance. The way you perform on stage, the way you appear on stage is all important. Okay. The dress code, I'm not mad at this. This is good. I like it. I love his outfit. Okay, I love the red watch, the leather, whatever that is, the cowboy style, from Texas, that's good. And then he got a cowboy boot on. But my issue now is the boot. The boot is quite heavy. That's my issue because he cannot move around on stage. And when people come to see you, they want to see that energy coming out of you. Okay, they want to see that energy. They want to see that movement. That's why they call Eric Jiso the stage killer. Because when Eric Jiso is on stage, that energy is just extraordinary. It just come out of nowhere and boom, hit the stage. Skinny Buck Panto is another great performance on stage. He got the energy, he can move, and this guy didn't know how to come on stage. You know, um, SRO, he always do a little bit way too much. For my liking, he's such a good artist, but he do extraordinary. Okay, he like to do extraordinary stuff. Even the way you dress to go on such a stage when you know it's gonna be really hot, you know, you moving around, performing, and all of that. That's a lot of work. You're gonna be sweating. You're going all of that. So you sometimes you need to go on stage very light. You see those big artists, those American artists, people like uh American artists. Then we go to the Nigerian artists. People like Davido, people like Whiskey. They know that what they are going to do is a lot of work, guys. I'm not sharing the show. Okay, I just want to have this show real quick and get out of here. That's why I'm not sharing the show tonight. Um, People on my platform can just watch my platform. Okay, you can watch me through my platform, but I really can't be bothered to share the show tonight. Okay, but what I'm trying to do is to make a quick video. Yeah, I'll make a quick video and I'll use the video. You know what I mean? To I'll put a short video up, but I'm not really trying to share the show tonight. Okay. So yeah, when you go on stage, when you go to perform, you meant to give the best, the best out of the best to your audience, to people who come to see you. Okay. It is important that you go light so that you can be able to move around, you can be able to dance, especially when you don't have a backup dancer. It is very important. You need a backup dancer, like honestly, because they entertain. And that what the backup dancer do, they give you time to breathe out. And what they happen do, they help you up. They give you time to breathe out. So while relaxing or catching your breath, the happen will be doing the rest of the job for you. So that's why it's important to have this type of people on stage. Don't go on stage just you. Nah, as an artist, you know, it's not good. It made the performance very boring. Yeah, the performance is very boring. Yeah. Sorry, guy. I'm trying to share this link to somebody. Yeah, guys. Sorry, look, man, bad. I'm trying to share the link. I mean, I'm trying to share the show. That's why. But listen, man. Like, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know where I'm coming from, because many of us we already seeing a lot of performers. We already seeing a lot of artists coming up and performing, and due to that, that extra energy that they bring to the stage, it what make people want to see them even more. Okay. If you are not active like SRO, he's really not an active person. Okay. When you're not an active person at SRO, then the manager need to do more work with you and try to organize a backup dancer. Okay, like give people, even if you don't pay these girls, there are a lot of girls out there willing to go as a backup dancer to you on stage on such a platform. Especially when you're coming from Liberia, every girl would like to go to Ghana to go perform on stage. You need there's a lot of girls in Liberia who are willing to travel with you to go to Ghana and perform with you as a backup dancer. So when you are having those type of performers, you need to have your own backup dancer. they help you out, they bring the energy, and they entertain the crowd. It's not easy for one person to do every single bit of it. Like, the artist is singing, the artist is hopping, the artist is dancing, the artist is there's no breath control. You cannot control yourself. Okay, you're gonna be puffing out, and you're gonna start mixing your lyrics. You're gonna, that. No, I'm just saying, man. Like, those of you that watch the SRO performance, man, I'm just giving my opinion on that. I'm trying to say that it's a blessing for SRO to perform such a big stage, but on the other side, to me, that performance was very boring. The stage was bloody empty. You know what I mean? Like, there was nobody else on the stage. Right, the stage is so big. All right, the stage is so big. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably like 20,000 to 30,000 people, if I'm not mistaken. And the stage is so long, so big, such a big stage. You meant to have a lot of backup dancer. You know what I mean? Because if you're standing in the middle, you need to have backup dancer in those corners and doing that. Just entertaining the crowd. Sometimes the crowd take that attention from you a little bit, and then that gives you time to have a breath out, to control your breath and do other stuff. Walk around, have a bottle of water. What I mean? And the hot man will be there, will be hopping you up at the same time. That's why Liberian artists, I think y'all need to start planning properly, uh yeah, properly, so that when you go perform, it cannot be as boring as SRO performers. Even though he perform on the big stage, Liberian will be like, oh, what matters is that he perform on the big stage. But what matters as an artist, as an entertainer, you're meant to entertain the crowd. Okay, when people pay their money to come and see you, they don't just come and see you standing in one spot just talking. They want to see you performing. They want to see you dancing. They want to see dancer behind you. They want to see they don't want to see an empty stage like this. This stage is this is 2025 now, 2026, and we all know why it is, right? So come on, man, let's be real. To me, that performance was boring. People will say, "Why are you hating on SRO?" And the truth is, I'm not hating on SRO. I'm just stating the fact. Yeah, I'm just stating the facts. Performance is not. I watched the thing. I spent my Christmas in the hospital. Okay, I spent my Christmas in the hospital, but I was still able to look at SRO, even though I couldn't hold my phone properly. But that's why I just came out here, because I just I just think it's important Liberian artists just look, you guys are doing great. Honestly, where Liberian music is coming from and where it is now, it's just a matter of time until Liberian music explodes to the world. And it's already happening through Jazino, through few people, and SRO is in the queue. He's going there too. He's going places. But now that you guys, have started going places, y'all need to learn how to work on yourself when it comes to stage performing, because that's a very important part of your career, your job. It's not about staying in the booth and just recording. No, it's about when you go out there to perform. That's why when people go to see Shatta Wale, that's why when people go see Davido, that's why when people go to even our own Liberian artist, Skinny Boy Panto, very energetic. uh Eric Jiso, stage killer. When Eric is on stage, you know that, man. Look, you're not even focusing on the music. You're focusing on Eric, the way he's moving, the way he's performing. And then you have Friday the Settlement. Those people, they have already set an example of how a stage performer should be. So all you young people need to do now is look at these guys and just do exactly as they did or they are doing. You gotta be that, you gotta have that sort of energy to perform. You got, if you're not energetic like SIO, I mean like or Erigiso, then bring support dancer, bring people to back you up. Let them dance. Let them, occupy the stage. Let the stage not be boring. Let people speak about your performance. Let them say, oh, this Liberian guy brought fire to Ghana. Let people know that Liberians, when they perform with fire. The fire is in their eyes. The hunger, everything is in their eyes. That's what we're talking about. Okay, you could have take at least 20 girls. I'm sure they were willing to pay their way. Or even in Ghana, there's gonna be Liberian girls willing just to jump on stage and perform for you and dance for you. Just take a couple of these girls or guys. Just you could have take the fantastic fools, those boys. They are really amazing dancers. You could have just take them, just pay them, or whatever you profit from the show. Just give it to somebody, pay this guy off. Give them a little bit of time, take them out there, and that's also an exposure for them too. Like it's going to expose them to the world. Exposure. So it's going to expose them to the world, and people are going to start checking on them too. You know. So I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying that we need to do better in the music game. Okay. Y'all are doing good. Like everything's great. I'm happy with the Liberian music, the way it's going. A little bit of jealousy in there, but that's entertainment. There's always jealousy in there. But it is what it is, y'all. Okay. So yeah, that's what I came out here to say, man. I didn't come here to say much. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. See my eyes, see my lips, see everything about me. I'm sick. I just came out here to talk about SIO performance. Okay. I think we need to do better. Okay. It was a blessing, first of all, to have you performing on such a big stage. Liberians are proud of you. You're still very new in the game, and performing on such a stage, Liberians are proud of you. But next time, not just SRO, next time Liberian artists, when you go to perform, even in Liberia, take backup dancers. Don't make the stage to be empty. The stage being empty, everyone focus on you and people start falling asleep. Especially with SRO type of music. Some of his music, those are slow music, so they're boring and stuff like that. So have those support dancer, those backup dancer performing, that's gonna keep people awake, you know. If you think we know whatever that is, you know what I mean? Like people get bored of such, just standing in one place and screaming and that people get bored and be like, wait, is that all I came here for? So, I'm I'm not a hater, but I'm not a big fan of SIO, his type of music, especially performing his type of music on stage without a backup dancer, without a hot band, it would be boring. Because SIO does not move around. Yeah, he doesn't move around. See, like I told you guys, SRO does not move around. I watch it. I'm just showing you guys a little clip, but for somebody who don't move around quite much on such a big stage, because he meant to entertain a crowd, he meant to run down those aisles, he meant to go, crowd shaking their hands, doing a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But when he doesn't move around quite much, and I understand that the boots he's wearing because he go with a cowboy style. He got a leather jacket and the pants and the cowboy style, and the cowboy shoe and everything like that. And the shoe is quite heavy. Yeah, the shoe is quite heavy. So when you have this type of outfit and you don't move around, then backup dancer would have been better. You would have get a hot man and somewhere to help you up, get a backup dancer that will do the moving around for you. You know what I mean? and that would have been better. But look, after all, I want to say SIO, man, congratulations. Okay, I'm not trying to hate on you, bro. I'm just trying to like this is for every Liberian artist, right? When you niggas going out there to perform, y'all need to put your game on. Like your performance had to be late, bro. Like when you start doing boring performance, people don't want to book you anymore because they know you're just gonna be standing in one spot and doing that and doing that. Like ain't nobody want to watch that. You know what I mean? But when you go to perform and you give the people the show that they deserve, people don't even want to listen to the music. They just want to see you. They just want to see your movement. They just want to see your backup dancer. They want to see how the happening is helping you up. Those are that's few stuff people go to see. It's not just about the music because they already listen to the music through their phone, through radio, through everything. But the way you when you go on stage, there's different energy that we're looking at. We're looking at the movement, the performance. How energetic are you? That you gotta do some couple of stuff extraordinary. You know what I mean? It can't be the same old thing like standing. We know the. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be a hater, bro. Like I'm just saying. No, I ain't trying to be a hater, but I'm just saying, y'all need to put your game on. Okay, when you go to perform, you gotta be like Eric Jiso, the stage killer. You gotta bring out the energy out of you, the best of the best. Let people enjoy the show. Don't make them, don't make them feel bored. Don't make them fall asleep. You know what I mean? 'Cause if I go on the show to see an artist and he just standing there and just talking, man, I get bored of that. You know what I mean? Because there's nobody else around you. There's no one dancing. There's no one helping you up. Like I already listened to the song. You know what I mean? So y'all need to do better. All of you Liberian artists, every single one of you. I seen Jazino on stage. I seen a couple of times. I've been trying to talk about this, but I never had the opportunity. But now I did have the opportunity to speak to SIO. That's what I'm speaking on tonight. So y'all gonna help me for it, but it is what it is. I just thought that I should say the fact. Okay. Yeah, so that's it, man. Thanks to all of you. I didn't come here for a long time. I just came here for a little short minute. I need to go to bed. I'm sick. See you.